Hello everyone, Gebatron here. This video is just going to be my personal review of Update 7. Now that a week has passed, I feel like I've had enough time to dive into it. The video playing in the background will just be me running around the new map Carentan, so you can get a look at it if you haven't already. Timestamps in the description below. First up, let's talk FPS and performance. I expected there to be performance issues with all of the new updates and especially the new map. Honestly, I'm surprised there weren't more issues on the other maps due to the new animations and such, but it seems that it was mostly limited to Carentan. The poor performance on this map doesn't really concern me at this point, as we've seen this before with other new maps that were introduced. I can't remember if it was Sainte Marie du Mont or Sainte Mère Église, but the same situation arose there, and the devs were able to squash it within a couple of weeks. With the number of assets in Carentan, I'm not surprised, and I fully expect these problems to be remedied in the near future. Speaking of Carentan, I think the map looks and feels great. It seems like they took everything they learned and put it all together for this one. There are some small canals and rivers in some spots which remind me of Purple Heart Lane. There are some more open areas that remind me of Sainte Marie du Mont. The fighting in the urban areas is intense. It's nerve-wracking. I felt truly paranoid whenever I'd peek around a corner. Some real great firefights would break out near and around bridges as squads are trying to break through and establish bridgeheads. I feel like it's just a great culmination to all the work they've done up to this point. That being said, I do have a couple of complaints. First of which is the performance, of course. Now, I know I said that I wasn't too concerned about it at this point, but it's obviously a problem and needs to be sorted out sooner than later. My second issue is that I felt that there weren't enough open buildings. I'll admit that there are more open buildings than in any other current map with urban elements, but I guess I was just expecting a little more. The MG role is my favorite role, and I was a little disappointed in the lack of buildings with vantage points over things like major road intersections. I'm sure that the more open buildings they have, the more it would impact performance, but I would like to see them maybe add a few more buildings in the future. Moving on to sound. The new sounds have been divisive to say the least, with some people thinking they are a great improvement and others thinking that they took a step back. My personal opinion is that some are a good improvement, most notably the MG42, the G43, and the Springfield sniper rifle. Some I don't like as much, most notably the pistols. Check the card in the top right for more information on new versus old sounds. I'll leave a link to that video in the description below as well. That being said, I think this is a good first step for the developers. One of the main complaints before Update 7 was that the weapons weren't punchy enough, so I think they may have overcompensated by adding in too much low end, thinking it would help the players feel the weapons, but it seems to not have been as well received as perhaps they had imagined. I truly think that the developers didn't realize how important sound was going to be to the Hell Let Loose community and were a little unprepared to handle it. That being said, I think they understand now, and this update proves to us that they are working hard on sound and committed to improving sound quality from here going forward. Next up, let's talk about the new way that garrisons are handled, or what people are calling the meta. I've been playing Hell Let Loose since beta, and one of the earliest complaints I had was how garrisons were being used to traverse the map, i.e. your team would capture a strong point and then just mass redeploy to a different part of the map. This meant there was little physical traversing of the map. This gave little importance to things like shacks, farmsteads, random trenches, etc., as they were usually just bypassed. There were no skirmishes, no firefights over road intersections. The only strategically important points on the map were the ones dictated by the game itself. Now, I was super skeptical when they made these changes, but after playing all weekend, I think I like the changes overall. It's become more important to hold the little house overlooking the advance to the strong point now, whereas before it was just redeploy on the garrison next to the strong point. Now my squad has to actually fight to enter enemy territory and move through it. It has slowed the game some and it is taking a little getting used to, but it's brought back the importance of teamwork and positioning and given me more control over what's important on the map, not to mention leading to more combat in varied places. So I think I like this change overall. Let's move on and talk about the animations. I think the animations are an improvement as I felt more in control of my character with a couple of exceptions. I feel like the player characters were getting stuck on each other more than before. I hope that makes sense. I'm a little confused as to which walls I can jump over and which ones are too tall, as I felt there was a little bit of inconsistency there at times. And finally, I felt like my character may have been a little too nimble, considering all the equipment that I was supposed to be carrying. But just like with most of the other changes in Update 7, I think these will be refined and improved with a little bit of time. Now here towards the end of the video, I just wanted to touch a little bit on Free Weekend. Oh, what a ride, guys. First of all, if you decided to purchase the game, welcome to the Hell Let Loose community. If you're still on the fence because of some of the issues I mentioned before, then I'm here to tell you that these issues will be ironed out here in a couple weeks or so. Put the game in your wish list and grab it whenever you're ready, but it's totally worth full price. Now I'm really interested to hear what you guys think after hearing my review of Update 7. Let us know your favorite things or your least favorite things down in the comments. As always, subscribe for more Hell Let Loose content like this. Like, share as it helps out the channel, and thanks for watching.